Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. If you guys have not gotten a chance to subscribe to this channel, please do so. I'm looking at my analytics and I'm noticing only like 70% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed to this channel. So I want you guys to know I try and make videos on a regular basis if you guys are needing help with your credit. I believe this is probably one of the best channels out there on credit. But let's get into what I wanted to talk about in this video. So there's three pitfalls that I'm noticing with everybody's credit reports, and I see it on a consistent basis. The number one pitfall that I see with people is they think that the credit that they establish with the system that I put in place, that credit that they're establishing is their money. When I first started this whole entire YouTube channel, I wanted to show people how to build credit with even coming out of a bankruptcy. I started the channel and I came out of my bankruptcy and I said I'm never going to have a better time to show people. Now, chances are if you started watching this channel and you're just a new subscriber and you never had experience with dealing with credit cards, when you get those credit cards, you haven't really been taught on how to use credit cards. So the number one pitfall is the fact that you believe as you go through my system and you start getting these credit cards that money is your money. And I always stress to people, stay anywhere between 2 to 7%, 2 to 10% on your utilization rate. Now, when you're talking about your available limit, when I talk about available limit, what I mean is you're staying anywhere between 2 to 10% on your credit limit, right? Your utilization rate is between 2 to 10%. But the second piece to that is you're able to pay your credit card with your next paycheck. And this is the part where I don't emphasize enough, is the fact that you need to be paying off your credit cards every paycheck. The whole goal of this system is to get you to the place where you're trying to get these high reward cashback cards, these frequent flyer mile cards and stuff like that. So if you do not have a system in place, at some point you're going to get burned. I'm reading a book right now called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he's always talking about systems and habits that you need to implement in your life and not worry about the goal. A lot of times we get focused on goals, but if you're not focused on your system, at some point your system is going to fail you. And if you are not putting yourself in a situation where you're paying your credit cards at the by your next paycheck and you're just floating money, then there's a really good chance you're gonna max out your credit cards. And when I talk about floating money, what I'm talking about is instead of paying your credit cards off, let's say you have a utility bill, you pay that utility bill, and instead of paying that utility bill off, you go and you pay your insurance now. Now, you don't pay your credit card off by the next payment, so now you go pay, another bill, whatever it is. And so as you keep going, you don't make these payments. Oh, I'll pay it on my next paycheck. Oh, I'll pay it on my next paycheck. And the next thing you know, you got a maxed out credit card. Now, as you go through my system of trying to get you guys to where you're getting these $25,000 limit credit cards, if you got a $25,000 credit card maxed out, there's a really good chance the only way out of it is going to take you years or bankruptcy. And that's the only two options that you have at that point. And so what I try to show people is that it's not just about the 2 to 10%. It's also about your available limit, what I call available limit, meaning how much can you pay off in your next paycheck. And I need you guys to pay it off. And that's the system that you need to have in place when you guys are dealing with your credit cards. And so that is probably the one of the biggest pitfalls that people run into when they're implementing this system, is the fact that they're just inexperienced with credit cards and they haven't really developed the discipline on how to deal with their credit cards. The number two pitfall that people run into is accidentally missing a payment. Now, I know most of you guys believe that because you guys have a good system in place, right? That you guys won't miss payments. But more times than not, here's what happens. You guys go through and you guys are starting to establish credit. You're starting to get into the 650 range. And you're trying to do everything you possibly can to get you an unsecured credit card. And so you go out, you apply for the Credit One credit card, and it's just riddled with fees. There's so many fees in this Credit One credit card that it to me it's just probably one of the worst cards you can have in your wallet. But when you get this Credit One credit card, you do not hook your checking account up to your credit card. And so what happens is that annual fee that you get, it hits your credit card and you forgot all about this credit card because now you moved on to bigger and better credit cards. So you put this, this piece of metal or piece of plastic in your sock drawer that's good for nothing in your sock drawer, and you're like, I'm not ever using this credit card because every time I use it I get charged interest up front. And so you put it in your sock drawer thinking I'm never using this card again, but you forgot that that card has an annual fee and you did not hook it up with your credit or with your checking account. One of the things that I want everyone to do right now, if you have a card that has an annual fee on it, it needs to be hooked up to your checking account. That it needs to be. You have to do this because so many times people forget about their annual fees, and next thing you know they got a 30-day late because they forgot about the annual that a particular card has an annual fee. And so please, by all means, hook up your credit card that it at least takes out the minimum payment. And I know you guys check your checking account a lot more than you do these credit cards that you're going to end up getting that you're not going to like. I made a video about being credit hosed. For some reason, once you get to the 650 range, you want to start applying for unsecured credit cards, and you want that first unsecured credit card. So you might go with the I believe it's Indio, or there's so many different unsecured credit cards for people that are establishing credit that it's really tempting to apply for these credit cards. So that's the number 2 pitfall that I see with people. And the number 3 pitfall that I see with people is the fact that they just refuse to get started. I deal with people on a daily basis where they'll call me up and they'll ask me, hey Kenny, I want to get started. What do I need to do? And I'll tell them, okay, well, I'm looking at your credit report. Before we start going through credit repair, I want you to establish some type of credit. I want you to at least get a secure credit card. And I'll never hear from them again. For some reason, we're taught not to invest in ourselves, that investing in ourselves is not the way to go. I don't know where this came from or how this happened, but for some reason, getting people to make that initial investment in themselves is probably one of the hardest things that I have to do in this entire program. When you're thinking about credit or credit repair, everyone's first initial thought is derogatories, right? I got to get my derogatories off my credit report. I got to get my derogatories off my credit report. And they equate removing derogatories from their credit report as, doing something for their credit. And it is. It is. But it's not the best thing starting out. The best thing starting out is building credit. And the reason why you believe that removing derogatories is the best thing for your credit report is the fact that you've been marketed to by these large credit repair financial institutions and on all these people that tell you need to go through their credit repair service, and that's the way that they monetize the credit repair system. And then you go onto their program and they'll show you a first progress card that you need to apply for, and that's about all that they'll tell you about as far as building credit, right? And that's how most credit repair companies teach credit. They don't teach you all the things that I've been teaching you guys when establishing credit, or the entire credit repair picture, and they refuse to go over it for some reason. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to set up a system that everyone can get started with and start building credit from day one. right? No matter where you're at. When I started January 2017, I knew without a shadow of a doubt it's not going to take me long to get to the 700s. And so I started this YouTube channel, and I said there's never going to be a better time for me to show you guys. I showed you guys my credit reports, and I'm going to link to those videos at the end of this video. So if you guys want to see how it all started, my credit report right after I got discharged from my bankruptcy, there's going to be two videos. One is going to be the initial video where I showed you guys my credit report, how to read a credit report. And the second video is I think it was my 30-day or my 60-day review after, going through my discharge. I told you guys exactly what I did. So if you guys want to see someone who actually went through a bankruptcy and actually got to the 650s within 90 days, you will be able to see that in a video, and I show you guys my credit reports. So that's my 2 cents on the pitfalls of building credit. If you guys are looking for someone to help you with the process, you guys can always reach out to me, Kenny at CreditLiving.com. I'm running a promotion right now with my credit repair company. Right now, what we're doing is we're waiving the first 30-day dues. So there's not going to be an audit. There's not going to be initial payment for another. You sign up today, so you won't get charged for 30 days, and it's just $99 a month. So your first month is free. Your consultation is free. And what I'm trying to do is help as many people as I possibly can by doing this. And if I can help by just, making it easier on you. So many times I get people that call me up and they'll go, Kenny, I want to get started with you, but I got to wait till payday. You don't have to wait till payday. Let's get started. At least let's go through the audit. Let's look over your credit report, and let's at least get you plugged in so that you guys can start building credit, and so that you guys can start, getting yourself into a situation where you can start getting approvals and not having to go to buy here, pay here's, or going to these payday loans, getting raped by all these fees. These fees are 200-300% fees, but they call them different things. Oh, it's not interest, it's fees. It's killing us. There's so many buy here, pay here's that are popping up, and I go through these small towns and I see them on every corner, and it's frustrating. And I'm starting a nonprofit organization where we're going to try and get rid of all these buy here, pay here's. That's our goal. So if you're looking for someone to help you guys get started, reach out to me, Kenny at CreditLiving.com. If you guys go in the description, I'll also leave my phone number, 858-442-4498. You guys can give me a call. I answer my phone. Most of you guys can attest to that. You guys call me up and you guys go, man, I didn't think you were going to answer. I answer my phone. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to do my part for you. I just need you guys to take that initial step. All right? You guys have a blessed day. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.